confusing when it's actually I who have made the choices already for them, and so on. So I thought that was really interesting, because this is what we're up against. We're up against a massive manipulating psychological warfare operation that is there to try and take over and control us.
Yeah, a machine. And before break, I mentioned I'd listened to I can't remember the name of the podcast, but I believe it was from like 2015 that you were on, and you mentioned "duped in delight." I think it was the term that you used with Robbie from the Sandy Hook, Robbie Parker. That's right. And
Parker.
it got me to think of on my first episode I did here on ATN, I talked about 77 minutes, which 77 minutes. I don't know if you know about the 77 minutes in the Uvalde case where police stood by for 77 minutes. And that I was streaming or skimming through Amazon, the Prime thing one night, and I seen 77 minutes on a documentary, and it was from like I think 2015 or 2014. And it struck my interest because of the 77 minutes. I click on it, and it's a documentary about the San Ysidro McDonald's massacre in San Diego, California, in July of 1984. And when you watch this documentary, it is one of the most. It's very graphic. Let's just say that, because it has all the police footage, the film, the videos. The pictures and all the evidence. And there's this one of the main stories was the two boys on the bicycles outside that the guy shot, because this guy killed 21 people inside of a McDonald's. Took 77 minutes for a sniper to finally take him out. It's something that we never really hear that much of, but in this documentary, they're survivors. This guy just walked around in a McDonald's, was just shooting people, kids, women. It didn't matter, just shooting them point blank, and then dancing to music on the radio. Literally left his house, went right down the block, and started killing people. And when you watch this documentary, the witnesses, the victims, they're this is 40 years ago, almost 40 years ago. And their testimonies on these videos, I mean, they can hardly keep it together, And then we see when these witnesses and victims, we see them on the TV, especially before these videos get taken down, like in the Parkland. There's a lot of videos that have disappeared of these guys talking about, we were supposed to be running a shooter drill, and we were supposed to do a fire drill, and I ran home and got my bicycle, or whatever David was talking about. But we see this now where there's no like emotion, right, from these victims and these witnesses. I mean, we get it from some of them, but there's no like, and you watch 77 minutes and these people almost 40 years later, and they just weep and break down thinking about what they went through. Yeah, I don't know if it's just this turn psychologically when it comes to like what people are exposed to in the media and consumed through movies and television. I don't know if you've ever heard of that mass shooting.
No, not that one. I'm going to look into it, because that's very early on. That is very early on. But the whole thing with mass shootings, I mean, it started, I think, 68 when it, if I remember right, in Austin, Texas, up in a university tower where there was a sniper there, they claim. And the result of that mass shooting was the creation of...
Oh, no. Are we losing Ole?
Solution that is... Can you not hear me?
Yeah, you're back now. You cut out just for a second.
So I believe 1984, that's an interesting year as well, but I'm really going to look into that shooting. I have not heard of it before, but I think it was 68, the first mass shooting officially took place from a tower at Austin, the university in Austin, and where the result of this alleged mass shooting was the creation of the first SWAT team. And after that, we've seen how this has just exploded. And I would strongly suggest that it's problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem, to get the reaction from us so that we will accept their solution.